Yo, what's up everybody? Today we're going to be doing some more of the Miotsukushi Ura playthrough. Now, I'm actually really going to be quite interested into, firstly seeing what's going to happen with Natsumi, secondly seeing how, everything's going to develop today, because obviously we are seeing a lot of Natsumi related things, but we are not seeing how this is going to firstly benefit and contribute to, June 1983 actually becoming perfect. Hang on a second, maybe. Could you imagine if the gas disaster actually happens in this story, but the aftermath of the gas disaster is fully perfect? I mean, we did get a good after story in Kageboshi, where, obviously Natsumi and Akira are married, but yeah, it was definitely built on some bad, situations. So yeah, it's going to be really quite interesting just to see how this is actually going to lead into, all of the plot. I wonder if Tomoe is actually going to be able to, solve the mystery of her. Oh shit. Oh god, my blimmin' earphones have gone. Hang on a sec. Right, there we are. That's re-added now, so that's really quite annoying. I mean, playing on AirPods is obviously a really nice experience, and it eliminates the need to actually have a wired cable, which is really, really convenient. But at the same time, it's just so irritating because it always disconnects. I have to reconnect it every single time. But yeah, see?
嘘なんかじゃなかったでしょ?
I wasn't lying. She really wasn't though. Oh my god, she's helped Natsumi so much, seriously. And the fact that everything's, proven to be true is the even better thing. Yeah.
Tomoe-sanの言った通りでした.
Yes, just as you said, Tomoe-san.
おかげで私、
Brilliant.
なんだ
Even
かちょっ
better.
と自信が出てきて。
Thanks to that, I'm starting to feel a little more
あり
confident.
がとうございます.
Yeah, thank you so
本当
much.
そんな風に言われると逆にくすぐったいわ。
When you put it like that, it's actually embarrassing.
そもそも可愛いのは正義。これは古今東西の不動の定理よ。
Well, the power of cuteness is an indisputable fact of life in any time and place. Right.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.
あ、それからですね。
Oh, and there's something else.
その
I wonder what it is.
何
What is it?
いい話?
Oh my god, I wonder if she's actually going to talk about Akira.
はい、とても。
Yes, very.
実は。
She so is talking about Akira. The truth is, Natsumi somewhat shyly, but also very excitedly went on to share that Akira, yeah, confessed to her the other day.
え、そうなの?
Oh, really?
よかったじゃない。おめでとう。
Isn't that great? Congratulations. Awkward laughter.
なんだかまだ夢を
Oh
見て
god,
い
yeah,
る。
fair enough. It feels like I'm still in a dream.
ちょっと髪型を変えただけなのに、こんなにもいいことが起きてくれるなんて。
I mean, it wasn't the exact cause, but at the same time, that little change of hairstyle, it's definitely led to, Akira needing to do this. It was just a little change of hairstyle. I never thought that something this great would happen.
でも信じてもいいんじゃない?
Yeah, but you're able to believe it, right?
これからはきっといいことずくめよ。
Oh, I love that. From now on, I'm sure good things will happen one after the other. I mean, this is a Miotsukushi story, so isn't that like the destined
だって
thing?
あなたは昔よりも前に踏み出したんだから。
Oh my god, definitely, yeah. Because you've taken a step further than you did before.
いいことだらけの人生じゃないけど、努力した人間が全然報われない世の中なんて、
Yeah.
私は絶対認めないんだから。
Life may not be all good things, but I'll never accept a world where people who put in effort aren't rewarded for it, right? If you're putting in effort into life and you're not rewarded for it, then it's just unfortunate. It really is. Tomoe-san.
はい。
Yeah. And I mean, we're in the 21st century, of course. Like, if you try these days, you are going to get rewarded. Even if it isn't, present day, it's going to be in later life. I mean, yeah, but beforehand, I mean, for example, I don't know, before, even stuff like the minimum wage acts and trade unions and, acts that obviously promoted workers' rights. And obviously when, UK wasn't capitalist-based, I mean, yeah, you definitely did see people giving it their all, and yet getting nothing for it. We're in a time where that's not common whatsoever, so, yeah. Why am I talking about the UK? This is Japan. Well, let's just say, in my scenario, we have the opportunity, so we should take it, basically. Natsumi had a smile on her face. So gleeful, was about to burst as she playfully twirled her hair around her fingers. I hate it whenever I smile a lot, because my, the mouth muscles I have, they start hurting after a while. Just looking at her, the joy seemed to come through to Tomoe and she began smiling and said, yeah, fair.
そうだ。私はそう信じている。
Yes, that's what I believe.
信じるって
Yeah, I decided to believe that. Yeah, fair. Life is definitely not all good things, my god. Maybe it's just lip service. She understood that you could say anything and that would be it. Still, if you give up on that belief, then it's all over. Yeah, interesting. As long as there are people who can be saved by that belief, she'll continue to carry it with her forever. Yeah, that's actually really quite nice, yeah. That's like Tomoe continued unwaveringly telling herself and others precisely that. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting. So she's thinking, like, you know, in a world where people think that, you know, people don't believe they should get rewarded for, you know, actions they do. If they get no rewards, then obviously they're not going to feel inclined to do these actions. Just then, multiple waitresses began laying trays full of sweets down on the table while saying sorry to keep you waiting. Of course, they're stammering. God. Within a moment, the area was filled with a sweet aroma. Oh my god, so she's ordered so much that it's filling the entire restaurant. Holy fuck. And curious gazes came pointed this way from the surrounding seats. Oh no.
なら今日はそのお祝いね
Then today is a celebration.
夏美さんここから好きなだけ食べてもいいわよ
Now, Natsumi is definitely going to discover a side of Tomoe that, you know, not everyone gets to discover. Natsumi-san, feel free to eat as much as you want, okay? Huh? I don't think she's even going to be able to eat one of them, never mind, like, I don't know, fucking 20, or however many there are. But
安心して
don't worry.
もともとおかわりする予定だったんだから
What the fuck? I was planning to order a second helping anyway. Huh?
そうなんですか
Really? Yeah, just prepare now! The waitress just screamed and flew off towards the kitchen as soon as they heard Tomoe say that. Yep, the customer that orders so much, he's more disruptive than, like, a complainer. Shortly after they stepped inside, it seemed like the pandemonium had broken out inside them, but it was probably just our imagination. Yeah, it's obviously a delusion, guys.
Oi, まだ食うのかよ
Man, is she still eating?
一体どんな胃袋しているんだ
What kind of stomach does she have? A stomach that is made of, I don't know, iron. Tomoe could hear the other customers prattling on, but she scooped up a bite of cake without any hesitation and pulled it into her mouth. I would feel so sick if I did that, seriously. Like, whenever you feel so, you've had so much sugar that your blood sugar levels you could just feel them, you know, going up when, you know, your face gets really, really hot and stuff like that. Or at least that's what happens to me. I think I have increased blood sugar, so as a result, you know, more blood flows to my face and stuff like that. I don't know. But by the time she finished her third helping, the curiosity had transformed into astonishment and admiration. Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. Ooh, wonder what this is going to be. Ah.
とりあえずまあ腹8分目ってところかな
Anyway, maybe I should stop before I stuff myself.
このくらいにしておきましょうか
This seems like a good stopping point.
全メニュー参集したんですけど
What the fuck? You ate every item on the menu 3 times over. Hang on a second, she's done this right now. What? Natsumi stiffened up and turned towards the kitchen. The entire wait staff was over there, looking so exhausted their souls were practically bleeding out. Oh my god, she is brutal. And the kitchen staff looked completely pale, collapsed in fatigue. Yeah, the ladies' all-you-can-eat course will probably disappear from the Kakiuchi menu after this. Or maybe they'll add a cafe below it. caveat, or I don't know, caveat, it sounds more likely. Below it, no professionals. Natsumi, on the other hand, hardly ate a thing, but it was still far beyond the cost of feeding 2 people. Oh yeah, I wonder how much it actually cost.
お土産くらいは別途で買ってあげようかな。
How is it far beyond the cost of feeding 2 people? I mean, she's literally bought the menu 3 times over. That's insane. Maybe I'll buy some souvenirs or something to make up for it. Oh my god. Oh no! Though she thought about that half teasingly, Tomoe's conscience did start to hurt, so she began staring at the takeout menu right next to her and began thinking about the amount of money in her wallet.
あ、そうだ。
Oh, right.
薬飲まなくちゃ。
Oh, I need to take my medicine.
Huh?
Oh, I wonder what medicine's actually going to be for here.
風邪でもひいた
Have
の？
you got a cold?
ああ、いえ。
Oh no.
私の常備薬なんです。
Yeah, this is my regular medicine. Yeah, Natsumi pulled a small pill case out of her pouch as he said that, then opened it. Inside was a package of sickeningly vibrantly coloured capsules. Yeah, she must be quite surprised by that. There was something unsettling about the lustre of the pills. It was a peculiar colour. Yeah, interesting that. I'd assume at this point it's probably some sort of variant of C103 that she's being fed. With the medication, especially when taken orally, the colour of the capsule was something they take into consideration. Oh, right. Interesting. Yeah, psychologically, people have a harder time swallowing things when the coloration makes it look like a non-food item, and yet they've not taken any. To be fair, the research is very low budget, and I think this definitely illustrates that the pills she's been taking are from the EDA clinic just because of how low budget it is. Nevertheless, the medicine in Natsumi's hand look even more flashy and colourful than imported sweets. Oh my god. Though she felt dubious, Tomoe realised it could be a personal matter. Yeah, fair. So she didn't want to ask about the medication. Yeah, fair. What a...
やっぱりいいか。
Actually, I guess it's fine.
どうしたの？
What's wrong?
これ飲むとちょっと眠くなっちゃうんです。
Oh, if I take this now, I'll start feeling
せっ
sleepy.
かくともえさんがこれから勉強を見てくれるんだから、帰り間際に飲みます。
You've got to be kidding me. Natsumi? Oh my god. Natsumi is actually being helped by Tomoe instead of... That's so kind of her. Holy shit. Tomoe-san, you're going to a lot of trouble to help me with my studying, so I'll take it after you head home. And that's actually really quite funny though. She still remembers everything she learned at school.
そう？
That really is quite something. Is that so? Yeah, but at the same time, that's true though. That could potentially be really dangerous. Is it really alright to shift the timing of taking medication? Those concerns ran through her head, but it was hard enough to imagine Natsumi suffering from some disease that could drastically change after just a few hours without medication. Oh my god, she is so naive. She really shouldn't, because that could be possible. If she said it was fine, then maybe it really wasn't a problem. I could see this leading on to something
ビ
bad.
タ
I
ミン
hope
剤と同
that's...
じで、ちょっと飲みすぎたり、飲み足りなかったりしても大丈夫だって先生が言ってましたから。
The doctor told me it's like vitamins. It's okay to take a little too much or not quite enough.
最近は勉強が終わったら飲むようにしているん
Oh
で
yeah,
す。
fair. Yeah, just have, your moment of, ultimate retention and thinking, and then crash out with the medication. God, that sounds a lot weirder than it actually is, but yeah, I suppose the same principle still applies. These days, I've been taking it after studying.
そうすると頭がすっきりしていい感じになるんですよ。
Yeah, that way my head stays clear and I feel good.
へえ、便利な薬ね。
Yeah, my god, it is actually. Wow, that's some convenient medicine.
でもどんな薬でも飲みすぎたり頼りすぎたりするのは体に毒よ。
But it's bad for your body to take or rely on too much medication. Too much on any medication,
はい、気をつけます。
Yeah, so be careful. At any rate, Tomoe started thinking she was being overly concerned and neglecting the things right in front of her. So she started moving the dishes to the corner of the table.
で、今週の課題はできた？
So were you able to finish this week's assignment? Which subject?
あ、はい、
Oh, yeah.
今日持ってきました。
Oh, I got it with me today. Oh, so she's actually doing work for Tomoe. Wow. You've got to be kidding me. Oh my god, they're going to discuss school in a restaurant. That is respect. Oh my god, I'm really good at school and I do so much studying and yet I've never done that before. I don't think anyone has, to be fair, but like still. There's a small printed book with perforated lines for easily tearing out pages. Oh yeah, that's actually really... Oh my god, I would be so jealous of that. Holy shit, I could use something like that. Tomoe spread the material out on the table in front of her. Then she pulled out a fountain pen out of her breast pocket and slowly and carefully started making corrections. Oh wow, that's really, really handy, my god.
Seems
they have a good foundation of math. I wonder what they're doing here. Oh. English is your area of expertise, so that's no Oh, these relative clauses are translated wrong. Here, take a look. Of course she knows the name of that. Yeah. Oh, you're right. Then if this is here, then it should be like this. Yes, exactly. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Don't do that in an exam, though. If you take it slow in an exam and you want top-level marks, like I do, like, yeah. Write as much as you can, take it as fast as possible, but at the same time, always think about what you're doing. It's hard, but, like, it's worth it. It's like my exams right now, like, I mean, especially the ones I'm doing for A-level, I really fucking need to try as much as I can. Right. Natsumi has been consulted with Tomoe on all sorts of things since they met at the Gogudai University Hospital and became friends. Yeah, they did meet there, yeah. Interesting that it's in Gogudai, by the way. Yeah. She's so lucky to have met her. And secondly, to have the coincidental, you know, situation that they've actually met each other in Kakiuchi again. Because obviously Natsumi's moved to Kakiuchi, which is coincidentally the same place Tomoe's been working at. At the time, she said she was worried about her studies in school, so Tomoe made time to help answer her questions. That's so good. And at this point, their meetings became like a correspondence course. Oh, that's brilliant. That's even better, yeah. Still, your grasp on longer English sentences is as good as ever. It's impressive that you were able to translate these parts about the Puritan Revolution and the Bloodless Revolution so accurately. Wow. Oh, she must be really, really good. I wonder what she's writing. Oh my god, she is definitely, yeah. But Tomoe-san, you're really skilled too. Jesus, you can understand English text without even needing to think about it. That's insane. Oh my god. Well, back in the day, I knew some people who were really obsessed with this period in England's history. Yeah, fair. I guess I ended up remembering some of it. Yeah, I mean, definitely. If she can literally read like a text that's probably full of historical and particular stuff, particular terminology as well, without even batting an eyelid, I think that definitely proves that. Really? I've also been a fan of British history ever since I was young. Oh, interesting. Like the legend of King Arthur and the Age of Discovery back in Queen Elizabeth's time. It's really fun, like reading a fairy tale or a novel. Yeah, that's fair. I don't really find it interesting, but yeah, I can see how you would. As suspected, a bookworm completely lived up to her reputation. Yeah, that's understandable. Oh my god, yeah. The sparkle in her eyes as she spoke made it clear she was enjoying herself. Oh, that's nice. Yeah, and her voice was naturally getting heated. Oh. So when I go to college, I want to save up money so I can go overseas. Oh my god, fair. And I mean, she would actually be able to do that if she has a full grasp of, you know, another language. Travelling is nice, but if I work really hard, I might be able to study abroad. I would never want to study abroad, no way. England universities, that's what I'm doing. No fucking way am I going abroad. my goal in life is to not only get a really good career, but to get enough money to actually go to, you know, Japan. I really, really want to go, obviously. I mean, if I was playing this game and didn't have a fucking big desire to go to Japan, then I don't know what I would be doing with myself. It'd just be wrong. I really don't know what I want to do when I'm like older. If I lived in a city, I don't want to live. Like, I would want to live in another country when I'm fully set for life, when I have enough money to go into, you know, retirement. I don't think I want to live in anywhere else apart from England until that. If I became fluent in another language, that is the only thing that can make me go into another country. If I was completely fluent in the language and I knew everything about it. I see.
じゃあ将来は歴史学か考古学を専攻する
Are
の
you planning to major in history or archaeology?
ああいえ
Oh no.
大学では私介護を勉強したいんで
that's really interesting. I actually want to study nursing in college. That's really quite nice though, because yeah, Natsumi, as a result of you know, having a part-time job and, you know, seeing directly what it is like to, you know, do care home related things, has finally found an ambition about it.
介護センターでアルバイトしていて
Ah, yeah. Yeah, I still haven't told my parents about this, but I've been working a part-time job at a care centre my friend introduced me
そこ
to.
で仲良くなった主任さんたちにも勧められたから
Yeah, that's
本気で
brilliant.
頑張ってみたくて
And things have been going well there, so the managers recommended it to me, and I really wanted to do my best.
いいんじゃない
It is, yeah.
ちょっと違うかもしれないけどあなたの好きなイギリスはナイチンゲールの国だもん
definitely,
ね
Yeah, there's a little bit of a tangent. Or like a straight line that can be drawn for estimating like the particular point of a curved graph or the rate of reaction, or like what's another common use of tangents? Circles! Oh my god, I fucking hate circle theorems and tangents. Fuck them. Yeah. What's another good example? I don't know, it doesn't really matter. I feel like I'm doing physics A-level next year, so I feel like I'm going to be drawing a lot of tangents. This is a little bit of a tangent, but Nightingale was from your beloved England too.
行けばきっとためになるお話を聞け
Yeah,
ると
fair
思うわ
enough, yeah. I mean, you have to go to the right parts, and obviously you have to go to history-related things, because your average English person does not know their history, no way. If you go, I'm sure you can hear all kinds of interesting stories. Wait, wouldn't Sweden or one of the Scandinavian countries be a better fit for nursing care? Tomoe introspectively tilted her head, but decided to let it go for now. Yeah, for American nursing care, could you imagine? Interest in foreign countries in any form and visiting them is a valuable experience for gaining a wider worldview. Yeah, definitely, yeah. I've only visited one foreign country, man, and I go nearly every year. I want to go to more. I visited Germany, but it was like when I was 5. I don't remember a single thing about
その
it.
ためには英語をもっと頑張らないと
But then
ね
I've visited Croatia like every year, and I don't want to go to Croatia. I want to go to any other place. Well, in that case, you have to work extra hard studying English. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
今度私の使っていた英会話の教材を持ってきてあげる
That's really good. They should speak in English in a conversation, I think. That would probably be really, really good for, you know, this purpose. And next time I'll bring in some of my reference material on English
買う
conversation.
と高いから暇な時に使ってみて
That's nice. They'd be really expensive to buy on your own, so feel free to use them in your own time. Yeah, she doesn't need it
すみま
anymore.
せんいつも
Thanks for everything.
忙しいのにいろいろ気を
I
使って
couldn't
もらって
agree more, yeah. Yeah, even though you're so busy, you're doing so much to look out for me.
いいのよ私が好きでやっているんだから気にしないで
That's really nice. Yeah, it's fine. I do this because I want to. No need to
こ
worry.
っちもちょうどいい頭の体操になって結構楽しいしね
Plus, most for some interesting mental gymnastics. Ah, fair enough, yeah. And that makes it fun, you know?
ありがとうございますともえさん
Yeah, that's really quite
あ
nice.
そうそう
Oh, that's right.
今週から私また柿内の独身寮に戻ることになった
Starting
か
this week,
ら
I'm moving back to an apartment in Kakiuchi.
次からは新しい住所に送ってね
I'll give you my new address next time.
そうなんですか
Is that so?
じゃあ
Then, Yeah.
オフの日はマンツーマンできっちり見てあげるか
Oh
ら。
my god, that's actually really quite nice. Yeah, because obviously beforehand she would have been in Tokyo, I'm assuming. Forgot where her public what was it, relations office actually was.
その代わり覚悟しなさいよ。
Yeah, so get ready for that, okay? Yeah.
よろしくお願いします。
Yeah, looking forward to it. Natsumi gleefully bowed her head with a smile on her face. Yeah, that's nice. Just looking at her smiling face was enough to heal all of the fatigue of Tomoe's strenuous daily work and make her feel at ease. That's really nice, yeah. It's actually really quite funny, even though she's had so many desserts. By the way, she's firstly not feeling full or sick whatsoever, which, like, how? But, yeah, that's really quite nice, yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. So, Tomoe didn't feel like the time she spent with Natsumi was a burden at all.
そういえば、ともえさんって国立の鹿島大なんですよね。
By the way, Tomoe-san, you went to Kashima University, right?
うん、そうだけど。
Yeah, what about it?
友達に聞いたら、鹿島大は日本で一番先生になる人が多い大学だって。
For teachers, interesting. When I spoke with my friends, they said Kashima University is the best college in all of Japan for people who want to become
でもなん
teachers.
だか納得です。
Somehow that makes sense.
ともえさんも教え方がす
Oh
ご
my
く上
god,
手だ
yeah,
し、
fair.
なんだか本当の先生みたいで。
Oh yeah, she definitely is. I'm assuming because of Tomoe, Natsumi has learned so much. And because you're really good at teaching things, Tomoe-san, you're really like a real
先
teacher.
生か。私はちょっと柄じゃないわね。
Better than some of the teachers I have. A teacher? Oh, that's a little bit of character
私
for
そ
me.
んなに勉強が得意じゃなかったし、
Oh, I was never very good at studying.
むしろ
Seriously?
真剣に目指していたのは、そうね。スチュワーデスさんにはなりたかったかな。
Oh, damn. In fact, what I was seriously aiming to become was, well, I wanted to be a stewardess.
スチュワーデスさんですか。
A stewardess?
でも、ともえさんって
Oh my god, yeah, fair enough, yeah. But Tomoe-san, you were into track and field.
マラソンとかと違って、高跳びは実業団の枠が少ないか
Unlike the
ら。
marathon, the high jump isn't much of a corporate sport. Oh yeah, fair,
そっちで
yeah.
将来を目指す気はあんまりなかったわね。
Yeah, fair. So I didn't think I'd have much of a future pursuing that. Oh, I would hate to have a future pursuing fitness. Ugh.
まあ、小さい時の夢とはいえ、外国に行く仕事には憧れていたから、割と真剣に狙ってたのよ。
Well, I did have the dreams of going abroad when I was young, so maybe I was actually aiming for that. Fair. God, a stewardess is a flight attendant. It's basically another way of saying flight attendant. That's actually really quite nuts. Nah, man, I would... That is such an awful ambition. I'm very happy that she didn't, fulfill that ambition because, yeah, she's definitely became a better person as a result of it. Apparently you have to be a really quite qualified person to become a flight attendant. I'm not sure if that's true, but still, it's quite surprising. I mean, I think there's probably more to the job than just standing around and serving people snacks that have been cooked in a plane. Or at least that's what I'd assume. Interesting. Oh yeah, fair enough. Yeah. Wow.
だから英語の上達はその副産物ってと
Yeah,
こ
that's
ろか
interesting.
な。
Yeah, so a person being so good at English, even though they weren't the best at studying when they were in school. Yeah, it's quite surprising. So my progress in English is probably a byproduct of
そ
that.
れにレターコードとか 専門用語もいっぱい覚えたっけ？
I wonder if I know any of the terms that she's memorized. I even memorized a bunch of alphabetic letter codes and technical terms.
レターコード
Letter codes?
空港とか航空会社をアルファベットの3文字や2文字で記したものなの。
Oh my god. Like how airports and airline companies are referred to with 2 or 3 letter
例え
acronyms.
ば羽田空港なら HND、柿内空港は KKU。
For example, Haneda Airport is H&D and Kakiuchi Airport is KKU. I know what she's talking
ジャ
about
パン
as
航
well,
空な
yeah.
ら JA とかね。
Oh, and Japan Airlines is JA.
世界中だとすごい数になるから全部言えるのはちょっと自慢だったわ。
She can name all of them. What the fuck? All of them in Japan, I'd assume. Not all of them around the world. That would be insane. They're used all around the world, so I was a little proud of being able to name all of
すごい
them.
な。
It is. She doesn't realise how amazing it is, though. Like, there were probably... I wouldn't be surprised if there's maybe like easily 100 of Japanese airlines. Yeah, fair. In fact, being a police officer was the thing she most wanted to avoid, so she couldn't help but feel the irony of the fact. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. And oh,
リュウグウ、レイナ。
what? That was sudden. You good, Aina? Oh. Talking with Natsumi and helping her study like this made Tomoe think of another girl of roughly the same age who Tomoe was still pursuing as a material witness, or rather a potential suspect. Yeah. Thinking about the absurdity of that juxtaposition always made her check out chest ache.
さあ、この調子でもうちょっとここで頑張ってみよっか。
Tell you what, I think I'm going to turn the music up a bit. God. That's actually really quite interesting. I mean, yeah. Now you have to work hard and keep it just like this a
次
little
の
more and
目
more.
標は期末テスト。全科目平均点超えでどう？
The next challenge is midterms. Oh god, do you think you'll be able to score above average in all subjects? Yeah! With a weird sound
頑張り
effect.
ます。
Like, sounds like, I don't know, sort of the slashing of a laser.
よ
I do
ー
my
し。
best. Alright.
って大
Is this
丈
really
夫かな？ここってそろそろ混む時間帯でしょ？
Oh god, isn't this shop about to enter its rush
あんま
hour?
り長いすると怒られちゃうかもね。
Oh, if we stay here much longer, they might get upset with us. Oh, they're probably not eating, they're just talking about, I mean, yeah, she literally shifted all of her desserts to the corner of the table.
平気です。
Oh, that's fine.
ここの店長さんって実は知り合いです
Oh,
から。
that's lucky, yeah. Actually, the manager of the shop is an acquaintance of mine.
私の親戚のおじいちゃんの将棋仲間で、お願いしたらここを使ってもいいって。
That's really nice, yeah. That's very convenient, but at the same time, it's nice. He's an old shogi playing partner with one of my relatives. If I asked, I'm sure it would be okay. What is shogi? Sounds like a sort of type of board game. Yeah, it's a strategy board game. Wow.
じゃあその親戚さんもこの柿内に？
Oh, so does this relative of yours live in Kakiuchi too?
いえ、住んでいるのはひなみ沢って言って、ひなみやの隣なんです。
No, he actually lives in a place called Hinamizawa. Do you know? Oh my god! Oh, the connection! Oh, fucking hell. Yeah, she is... Tomoe is just gonna be a little bit shocked. It's right next to Okinomiya.
この村の村長さん。正確には 町会長さんをやってい
He's
ま
the
す
mayor of the village there, or to be precise, the town chairman. Memories from half a year ago stirred within Tomoe when she heard that explanation. Imagine when she visited there before he told her about the three families that reigned over Hinamizawa Watch, which was the Kimiyoshi family. Is she only just able to make this link? Yeah, but that's so true. That's actually really quite funny. So, yeah, the manager was obviously, you know, the Sonozaki person. I don't know. Oh my god, this is really bad. The fact that I'm forgetting the name of Shion's uncle that obviously let her have a part-time job in 1982. When, you know, obviously her being out anywhere because of being Shion and not being at school was a taboo. Yeah, nobody would accept her apart from him. Your hair. Saw hair. I'm thinking of the guy who sold human meat in World War II. Oh, that's interesting. Do you know Hinamizawa? No. Do you know Oyashiro-sama? Yes, Hinamizawa. Oh god, I hate that song. And it's true that the mayor's name was Kichiyoshi Kimiro. Ah, yes.
私は園崎家を筆頭とす
Oh
る
yeah, definitely, yeah.
御三家が怪しいと睨んでいます。
I have my suspicions about the three families which are led by the Sonozaki family. Oishi's words from back then came to mind, from when she was investigating the cousin Hinamizawa. And Natsumi really did say that the same blood as the three families. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah.
変わった名字だからもしやとは思っていたけ
It
ど
was an unusual last name, so the possibility nagged at me. Yeah, she wouldn't just completely dismiss something and like that. Up until now, she always wanted to ask Natsumi about it to make certain. Oh yeah, but the only thing is she does have kind of, you know, a few troubles, and obviously, for example, if it's a studying period, then, you know, if she asked about that, that would be the subject, that would be the focus of the conversation as opposed to the subject she's actually studying. She's got to make time for it. And if she was actually connected, then she'd like to ask her for help in gathering information. Oh yeah, interesting. But at the same time, that's bad because then Natsumi will think that, you know, Tomoe is only using her for cases. Sensing a strong information source. Yeah, Tomoe's thought process switched back to that of a police officer. It wasn't just about Yugu Deina. Just as what she said, there seemed to be something going on in Hinamizawa. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Tomoe herself was nearly killed that. Oh my god, definitely, yeah. But her suspicions were further heightened by the mysterious presence she constantly felt while on her investigation. Either Oyashiro-sama, Dena, creeping behind her, or the mountain dogs. In the first place, the movements in the background were far too disturbing to write off as a mere murder, and yeah, abnormal behaviour, definitely, yeah. And for that reason, she wanted to get all of the information she could. Yeah, fair, yeah. Kimiyoshi Natsumi.
御三家の一
Oh
つ
shit, girl related to the head of the three
同志
families,
を
or the
親戚に持つ子
three families, or the Kimiyoshi family, huh? What should she do? At the very least, the girl trusted Tomoe. Definitely, yeah. And she was confident she wasn't being concited about that notion. No, why would she do that? So it was possible for Tomoe, it might be possible for Tomoe to ask for her assistance or getting something out of
さ
her.
ん
Tomoe-san?
ともえさん
Tomoe-san? Oh, yeah. Don't get too lost in the conversation. Huh? What is
何
it?
どうしました
What's wrong?
やっぱりお疲れですか
Oh, are you feeling tired after all?
うんそんなことないわ
No,
よ
that's not it.
ただちょっと来週のテレビ取材のことを
I'm
考え
actually
て
quite
いて
surprised that
ね
she'd lie. She should not lie. That's such a bad way of, you know, increasing. Sorry, such a bad way to. It's such a bad risk, and if obviously the bad result of that risk comes to play, then yeah, boom, decreased trust.
え
Huh?
ともえさんテレビに出るんですか
Oh, wait, hang on a second. She's actually going to be on TV. Was that genuine truth? That she is going to be on TV? Obviously, she wasn't thinking about that there. Tomoe-san, you're going to be on TV.
まあね
Well, you could say that.
目立つのは嫌いだけどこれも仕事だし
Oh my god, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, I do hate being in the spotlight, but it's part of the job. Hang on a second, so is this where... No. She spoke with a smile on her face. Yeah, but her thoughts and calculations were racing inside of Tomoe's head. Right, she could just casually bring up Hinamizawa and ask about the curse and past incidents. Sing, do you know Oyashiro-sama? She's an honest girl, so she'd probably be willing to share everything she knew without reservations if Tomoe told her she was simply interested in folklore. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Because this is a really good point of conversation. If they're, they've developed close relationships, so as a result of that, she can just ask, like, tell me more about where you're from, and then she as a bookworm would probably be really quite interested in, the history behind Hinamizawa. Made up her mind, Tomoe raised her hand, but just raised her head, but just then.
Tomoe-san.
Oh, Tomoe-san. Huh? What is it?
私、一人っ子だったから。
I'm an only child.
ずっとTomoeさんみたいなお姉さんがいたらいいなって思っていました。
That's actually really quite nice. I always thought it would be nice to have an older sister like you.
優しくて、頼りがいがあって。
Oh my god, fair, yeah.
何でも相談できて。
Someone kind of dependable who I could talk to about anything. I'm happy I don't have any siblings. Huh?
だから、Tomoeさんさえ良ければなんですけど。
So, Tomoe san, if you're fine with it.
これから私、Tomoeさんのこと、お姉さんって思っても。
So, from now on, I was thinking it would be nice to start calling you sis.
いいでしょうか?
Would that be alright? Oh my gosh, she must be so embarrassed. That's so sweet of her to say, but at the same time, I mean, it is kind of weird, and secondly, it will pose questions if anybody she knows sees it, but at the same time...
ごめんなさい、変なこと言って。
Yeah, I'm sorry for suddenly saying something so weird, but I
I
love you. No. Oh, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, you just see how, really, really quite nice Natsumi is, and then you regret thinking, like, I can use this person. Looking at that innocent, adorably pitiful expression, Tomoe immediately came to regret her distasteful thoughts from a moment ago. You idiot, what were you thinking? Did you want a repeat of last time? Oh. Did you want her to end up like that other girl? That other girl?
Minai-san.
Wait, hang on a second, what? Oh my god, so... Oh yeah, of course! Oh, shit. That's actually really quite interesting, so maybe... I mean, obviously that was just a really bad coincidence, but, Tomoe, as a result of talking to Nagisa, I mean... Yeah, in the end she was really badly killed, so... Yeah, you do not want Natsumi to be turning out like that. I mean, it was really bad timing, to be fair, but at the same time, the good-spirited action that, they actually discussed and she did led to her death. Yeah. She recalled the humble smile of a girl who loved flowers. Yeah, she definitely does love flowers, yeah. Tomoe got too heavily involved with her. Yeah, Jesus Christ, that's true though, yeah. And then she lost her life. If Tomoe hadn't got her connected to the series of murders in Hinamizawa, that's the saddest thing. Yeah, she'd be living a peaceful life right now. I don't really think she was so connected to the murders of Hinamizawa, but at the same time, she needed to see Lena, and she needed to, formulate a connection in Hinamizawa, which obviously would have got the Mountain Dogs knowing about her, so as a result, boom, potential confidential information leak, and somebody must die. I mean, that's awful, but that is the brutality they have. Yeah. I do find it really quite interesting that she blames everything on her. She was a root cause, but at the same time, firstly, she couldn't have known anything, and secondly, anything about what may have happened, and secondly, what actually did happen. That girl's future was robbed from her by me. Yeah. Even now, every time she saw a long-haired girl passing by, it brought back memories of their conversation about them. Oh god, that's awful. So she probably must have first thought that when Nagisa made her hair different. Casually getting people involved with a series of deaths in Hinamizawa is literally putting their lives in risk. That's actually really quite interesting, that. I mean, it kind of is, though. I mean, she obviously doesn't know why, but Hinamizawa syndrome, increased paranoia. If these people are from Hinamizawa, then yeah, that's bad. Yeah. Tomoe had enough of that. Yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, fair. I mean, even though she is actually missing out on the investigation, you know, source for the investigation, that is still true, yeah. She didn't want to see another innocent, blameless child with a right to be happy, suffering misfortune. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. Yeah.
私も夏美さんみたいな可愛い妹は大
That's
歓迎
actually
よ。
really quite nice. Yeah, I'd like to have a little sister as cute as you, 夏美さん。
まあ、私の本当の妹と来たら、あなたと違って憎ったらしいというか、なんというか
Well, my actual little sister is very different from you. Kind of mean-spirited, and how shall I put it?
ちょっとあなたを見習えって感じだものね。
She benefit from following your example. That's what I think. Oh, Madoka's cool. Come on.
そうなんですか。
Oh, is that so?
でもまあ、今思えばこういうところが男子にモテなかった理由なんだろうね。
But well, thinking about it now, that's probably the reason she wasn't popular
下
with
級
the
生の女の
boys.
子からはラブレターもらったことあるけど、男子はビビって近づきもしなかったし。
Ah, damn. She received love letters from the younger girls, but the boys were always too scared to come close. Obviously, after her parents died, she would have, you know, turned to... She wouldn't have been a very approachable person as well. Because those times, like, after that catastrophe happened, like, they would be the times where a relationship would probably be, you know, beginning to have potential.
この顔で、体が曲がっていてよ。とでもやれってか
And makes faces that say your tie is crooked, you know? Just like a really smart arsey face and annoying one. I, on the other hand, was completely normal. I am perfect. Yeah, it's actually really quite interesting. Her sort of, you know, connection with Nagisa. Yeah, and it is actually quite interesting that Tomoe never really thinks about leaking this to Natsumi. So it obviously shows that not only Kohei is dead, but so is Hiranima as well. Natsumi responded to that joke with roaring laughter. Oh, yeah, fair enough. I don't really think that it sounded roaring, but at the same time, yeah, I'd say a light laughter at the very most. Tomoe recently noticed that Natsumi had been trying really hard to listen to other people and have fun. That's really good. That's so... She's benefited. You know, she's made her, you know, have that benefit so much. So she seemed to really be enjoying the conversation. Brilliant, yeah.
裏切りたくない。
Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. And I mean, they have such a bond that, you know, I mean, if Natsumi literally feels like Tomoe is basically just a bigger sister at this point, I think that is definitely a big bond. She doesn't want to, you know, potentially risk it. I don't want to betray her.
私は。
Never again. Tomoe herself that realised that she was being soft. To be fair, this probably isn't the best thing if she actually wants to get information for solving this investigation, but yeah. Still, she didn't want to get other people involved in him fight for the misfortune. Yeah, fair.
ありがとうございます、みないさん。
Thank you, Minai-san. Oh my god, that's awful. So she's literally seeing Nagisa in, what's her name? Natsumi. Oh god. Oh god, so she's finally realising, yeah, what I thought she firstly saw. Looking at Natsumi's long straight hair. For a moment, a vision of that girl overlapped the scene. Oh god. Yeah, fair. So Tomoe gently turned away. Was she trying to get close to Natsumi to atone for what happened to her? No way. She just got close because she's such a nice person, really. And, you know, when she sees a person that's potentially having, you know, a difficult time, you don't think, make it worse. You think, make it better. At that moment, Tomoe didn't have the confidence to say otherwise. Oh god, that's bad, yeah. What's this? Oh.
さて、すっかり遅くなっちゃったわね。
Anyway, it's gotten really late.
大丈夫？
Are you sure this is okay? What are they gonna do?
はい、
Oh yeah.
知り合いの先輩に勉強を教わっていたって言いますから。
I mean, it's not really a lie. I told my parents I was out studying with an older
エン
friend.
ジェルモードで勉強するってことは連絡済みだし、そうかも教材を見せれば平気です。
Did they have any objections for her studying at Angel Mort? The restaurant where the workers look like sluts? Like, That is a little bit weird. Yeah, I already let them know that I was studying it. And to be fair, it is a cafe, but like still, it's weird. I already let them know I was studying at Angel Mort, and I can show them the study materials as evidence. Yep, got that evidence, so it'll be fine.
So?
Oh, really? And anyway, it's normal for parents to be concerned about a girl her age going out, but what kind of parents demands... Yeah, that is actually kind of weird. But what kind of parents demands their child presents evidence? Even in a place like this, signs of Natsumi's stifling home life were on full display. Yeah. When she says stifling, does she mean just like overprotective? Yeah, forced or overly controlled. Definitely. Her parents care about her education way too much, and that's led for a lot of bad things in her life. I can't remember the exact thing that happened to her, but her parents, I think it was her parents constantly forcing her to go to school and forcing her to study where she should be out playing with her friends. It really hindered her social development. It's awful.
なら一緒にタクシー乗っていきましょう。
Oh, then why don't you take a taxi with me?
どうせ私の寮への通り道だし、
Oh, that's actually really
お
quite
金も変わんないから
convenient,
ね。
yeah. It's on the way back to my apartment, so the fare is the same either way.
あ、
Oh,
でも
but
いいから、
it's fine.
ここはお姉ちゃんに任せなさい。
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. She's going to pay for everything. It's actually really quite lucky. I mean, like, she's not only had, like, you know, probably a really nice meal at Angel Mort of, you know, desserts, but secondly, she's getting a taxi paid for her. She doesn't even have to do any walking whatsoever.
それじゃあお言葉に甘えて。
Then I'll have to accept your kind offer. Oh, that's actually really quite nice, yeah. God, we've got a really different view out of the car. I don't think I've ever seen this one before. And the cityscape was flowing quietly outside the window. There were so many people on the roads downtown, even though it was still sparse compared to the daytime. Interesting. Though there were streetlights along the way, the path was more than overwhelmed by the darkness. Clearly an uncomfortable place for a girl to be walking alone. Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Taxi 乗せて正解か。
Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. I guess the taxi was the right call. While muttering that to herself, Tomoe turned towards Natsumi sitting beside her and smiled. She was quietly snoring, sleeping peacefully. Z. Top 10 Higurashi quotes. I've got to, you know. Though she was hesitant to do so when she first entered the back seat. Within minutes of the drive, she fell asleep leaning against Tomoe's shoulder. Oh my god, that's either going to be really awkward or really sweet. I can't tell. I think it's probably going to be the former. She took her regular medicine. Oh, right before they left Angel Mort. That's really good. It's good that she didn't forget about it either. Tomoe is really responsible. I'm sure she would have, you know, told her to do so. She took her regular medicine right before they left Angel Mort, so that may have been a contributing factor. Even when the car lightly shook, she showed no signs of awakening. God, they really must have, you know, made her gain a really, just sense of tiredness. She must be tired. She gently placed her hand on Natsumi's shoulder and ran her fingertips through her long hair. I mean, yeah, fair. If I was in Tomoe's situation, I think that would just be weird. Even though she was getting a little more accustomed to it, she was living a busy city life. Yeah, definitely, yeah. while also studying for exams. It's difficult, yeah, and especially because she's not used to it as a member of the countryside, and all the social problems, but she's overcoming them, which I'm really, really happy about. She deserves it. No matter how hard she tried, it wouldn't be strange at all for her to be tired. No, definitely not. And on top of that, Natsumi's mother had heard about her struggles in school. Oh, it would be difficult to find an Yeah, my god, definitely. Very oppressive parents as well. It would be difficult to find a moment to rest under that sort of pressure. Yeah. Is.
Eh?
Huh?
お姉
Oh.
ちゃん
Sis. Oh my god, that's so sweet though. She's literally saying that in her sleep. She recognizes that she's on Tomoe's shoulder. That's insane. Wow. God, I can't imagine how, just, I don't know, heartwarmed Tomoe feels, really. Natsumi faintly muttered that in her sleep while her cheek was resting against her shoulder. The occasional light from the bright streetlight and neon signs revealed her calm sleeping... Neon signs, wow. Her calm sleeping face was just very lovely for someone her age. Yeah, fair. That's really quite nice. It's strange. Tomoe was used to be looking up for her caring nature, but she'd only known Natsumi for half a year now. Jesus, I thought it was only like a few days. Well, not really a few days, but yeah. And yet she hadn't opened her heart to anyone like this apart from the sister. Yeah, she'd been taken care of since she was a child. God, wow. She was a little surprised that she could get close enough to fawn over somebody like this. Well, that's actually really quite interesting. That's actually really quite interesting. And I mean, you can really just see how Tomoe actually connects with people that, have the potential and can improve, Need improvement. That's insane, though. She hasn't opened her heart to anybody aside from, as much as Natsumi or her sister. Back from, obviously, after, not only before the incident of her parents, but definitely then as well. Yeah, just seeing that really, really highlights just how much pain she would have gone through, when she actually left just simply because of, Tomoe literally ruining her life and giving up so much and doing so much in order to take care of her, really. And yeah, for some reason, she was a bit disconcerted by the part of her that was naturally able to accept it. Oh, she knew in consideration of her job she would... Oh, yeah, she should have refrained from getting too close, and yet... Yeah, interesting that. I mean... Yeah, I suppose because as a detective, getting really close and, really, really knowing your victims could probably be bad, but at the same time, I don't really see what's going to be bad about this. But as strange as that feeling was, she couldn't say she felt unpleasant. No, definitely not. In fact, she was delighted and very confident. Oh, that's nice, yeah. Oh, that's the end. Right, I'm actually quite surprised. Yeah, that was interesting. I really like that. I wonder what the next thing is going to be about. I kind of get the impression that maybe... I don't know, actually. I literally have no idea. First line will tell us, but... That is, if it doesn't.
Ooh.
It looks like corruption in Tokyo. Or just factions. It doesn't have to be Tokyo related, it just could be factions in relation to Alphabet Project. Who knows? Seems like we're not going back empty-handed thanks to this. Ooh, Chief Orty of the... Oh, right. Yeah, okay. That's actually a different thing. Chief Orty of the National Research Institute of Police Science, NRIPS, closed the investigation report he just finished reading as he said that. Interesting. Then he nodded and said thank you for your assistance while sliding the documents across the desk to Session Chief Okabe of the 2nd Criminal Investigation Division of Kakiuchi Station.
いやいや、これぐらいは。
Oh no, this is nothing.
とりあえずお邪魔な手荷物にならなければと思って、体裁だけは整えたつもりでしたが。
Anyway, I didn't want it to be unnecessary baggage, so I tried to focus on just the former.
お役に立ちそうですか?
So is any of it any use? Is it of any use? A little bit more simple.
とんでもありません。
Don't be absurd.
私も長い間科警研に席を置いていますが、
wow. Well,
ここまで詳細なデータがまとめられた資料は見たことがありません。
That's really good. I've been with MREPs a long time now, and I've never seen a document summarized with this much
高級ばか
detail.
り取ってまともに働きもしないどこぞの大学教授どもに爪の赤でも煎じて飲ませてやりたいくらいですよ。
Oh my god, that is really, really downplaying just every single role of a university teacher. I mean, if anything, university teachers, they may have a really high salary, but they do loads of stuff. They have, firstly, students that really, really care, so obviously a constant demand for help, but also, you know, really, really demanding things to teach. So much that I'd like to give those university professors who do nothing but sit back while collecting an exorbitant salary a taste of their own medicine.
そりゃどうも。
Why, thank you. No, but that's actually really quite funny, though. In this situation, it's implied that, you know, the teachers do so little that, you know, they don't deserve a salary. Why, thank you.
そう言っていただけると気合を入れて資料作りに励んだ連中が喜びますよ。
Everybody who worked so hard to assemble these materials will be pleased to hear that. Okabe let out a wahaha laughed as he picked up the documents. In fact, these materials were only completed this morning. He had very little time to sleep for the past few days. Yep, relatable. But he heard that Ochi was returning to Tokyo for a while, starting tomorrow, so he was forced to compile them. Oh god, that's a nightmare. So, obviously, investigation has been conducted here, and then you need to write the report on it, and then, yeah, move to Tokyo for a while. Have some fun there. Of course, he couldn't exactly explain that and expect gratitude. No matter what he said, he wouldn't understand. Fair. God. At best, he could boast to his colleagues about the reward he received. Okabe muttered that while staring at Orti. That's actually really quite funny, though. I mean, I suppose, yeah. He couldn't really explain that he was forced to compile it, expect gratitude, and secondly, yeah, he may be able to receive a reward. Hope so. I mean, if he's forcibly compiled all of these things, then, yeah.
今回試験運用しているプロファイリング分析は非常に重要視されておりましてね。
The profiling analysis pilot project is very important to MREP's HQ.
実際の現場で捜査員の手をお借りして検証を行う絶好の機会はそうそうありませんから。
We don't have a lot of opportunities to do this sort of work without the help of on-site investigators.
他の研究員たちも指を加えていましたよ。
The other researchers had their fingers crossed.
そうですか。いや、それは良かった。
Is that so? Great.
過去の事件簿をどれだけ分析したところで、所詮は骨董品の品評でしかありませんからね。
No matter how much we analyze old case files, in the end we're simply evaluating antiques. Definitely, yeah, and they're not going to have the modern investigation profiling techniques that Tomoe has actually, you know, added, really.
データ自体も当時の未熟な捜査員が先入観に基づいてまとめたものしか存在しない。
The data we have is just compiled. It's just compiled based on prejudiced assessment of inexperienced investigators. Oh, interesting.
今回の捜査員の皆さんくらいにできる人ばかりであれば、 もう少し有用な資料として用いることができたのですが。
Yeah, interesting. So I wonder if they're prejudiced. They're probably going to exaggerate the amount of work, for example, the men did compared to the females, or something like that. I don't know. But if we have nothing more competent people like the investigators this time, it could prove more useful. I'm flattered. Oh my god, yeah, fair enough. I mean, if you... Oh god. Oh god. I thought he was actually praised by, you know, him just calling them competent investigators there, but yeah, definitely not. While chiming in with generally agreeable responses, he nearly said rude bastard, only to swallow his words. Applying current values to the past is arrogant. It is, yeah, that's fair. And presumptuous in the first place. They did the best they could at the time with their limited know-how in technology. Oh yeah, definitely. And even if they are prejudiced, that's society's fault, not really theirs. It's more society's fault than theirs, really. But at the same time, they should be devoid of bias in an investigation report. It should just be what objectively happened. It must quite hurt to, you know, be an investigator and just hear somebody completely downplay, you know, the significance of old detectives' work. Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough, actually. He wouldn't do that in, you know, his position as chief of the National, the MRIBS, National Research Institute of Police Science. Chief, yeah. Not that you even can, I know, right? That's true. Yes, plus, Orty treats actual investigations like research samples. Oh, and likes to think he's controlling the investigators like he's simply moving around game pieces. Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, definitely, yeah. And this, you know, moving people around like, just like they're people on, like they're puppets, really. Well, obviously not having a direct influence like a puppeteer would have over a puppet. Oh god, you can really tell I'm gonna play Yumi Neko. Oh my god. But yeah, anyway, what was I actually gonna say? Well, I don't know, just the feeling of having somebody up high really control what you can and can't do. It's definitely not going to create the best, not only impression, but secondly, you know, it's not going to create the best means for data collection as well. But the thing is, they don't know they're, you know, all part of this bigger scheme, so it's not really that bad, but still. Yeah, interesting, fair. It was rather aggravating, but those sorts of prodigies have a remarkable lack of respect and consideration for others when speaking of them. Yeah, it's interesting that they have a lack of respect for people speaking about the people that they literally gain research from. If you had a person that was researching, for example, derangement, yeah, you'd probably not be able to respect that. But if you're researching derangement, you need to be understanding of the circumstances. If you're not understanding, then why are you researching that in the first place? Let's be honest. Perhaps in their minds they can see the thoughts and feelings of the victim, the criminals and the other people involved as nothing but inorganic data meant to be quantified. Yeah, interesting that. I mean, it is his job, but at the same time, he could take a more, you know, I suppose in this analysis, qualitative approach, and, you know, more empathetic approach, more serious approach as well, not just so easily downplaying these people that literally give him data. That's why detectives in the field don't think highly of MRIBS. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. MRIBS probably doesn't even realise that and never will. Yeah, it's interesting, that, yeah. Oh, God, he actually has a face he needs to save. Interesting. So he's probably doing police on the assumption that, no, sorry, on the obligation to save somebody like, for example, Oishi is. If it weren't all for the face I need to save, I'd kick his ass, no questions asked. I'd kick his ass, no questions asked. Hell yeah, what bars is that? Oh my god, that's brilliant. To be honest, I know truly a reason to do this much for them. Investigation materials are valuable records for detectives in the first place. Nevertheless, he wasn't proud to be providing free information on a moment's notice to MRIPS guys who just take materials from other departments and do their work from the safety on their desks. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. It's a complete different environment. It's so much more, you know, desk-like and safe in general, really. Still, Okabe and the others in the second investigation division took a heavy blow to their reputation. Oh, when they were pulled off a joint investigation with HQ last month and replaced by the first division. Oh, interesting that. Yeah. Since Deputy Chief Hata had ordered him to take advantage of this opportunity to save face, he wasn't in much of a position to refuse. Oh yeah, definitely, and you know, Orka, no, Onima, no, Onima, Ochi, yeah, Oichi. It's like Yuichi. Who's the Yuichi in Higurashi? I forgot. Yusuke there is, and Yuichi is somebody. I don't know. Yeah, oh, but if it meant being pushed around by this youngster, so lacking in common sense, it acting like a bigger man than he really was. Oh yeah, fair, yeah. Then Okabe would rather be arguing with that little girl again. Oh god! Oh, interesting. So this is the person that was actually an arsehole to Tomoe. Oh my god. Yeah, that's my respect. Whoop! Completely gone downhill. Yeah. You idiot, what are you even saying? Okabe muttered that to himself, then shook his head to stave off his idle thoughts. Oh god, don't do that! That's gonna look bad to Ochi. Ochi's proposal to commit a breach of mistrust against that little girl. Oh, should have been a godsend to Okabe with his own repulsion of her. So what's the point in regretting it now? Oh shit. Okabe tried hard to fight up with the guilt swelling in his heart while scolding himself, because if he couldn't do that, then his sprite would shrink even smaller. Oh, interesting. God, that's actually really quite surprising. So I'm assuming, what is a breach of mistrust? What are the consequences? So, an act or a failure to act by a trustee that is not authorised either by the trust document or by law. If a trustee distributes trust assets to a beneficiary, yeah, who is not entitled to them under the law, I'd assume that says. Can't see the last word of that, but yeah, interesting. I wonder what Tomoe has done that would actually violate a breach of mistrust, though. So it's obviously I suppose she's made a company decision that affects them that, you know, isn't actually abided by the law. Interesting. Wait, so I really wonder if... So he obviously has guilt about trying to, you know, get this person into a bad to as bad as a position as possible. If she has a breach of mistrust, then yeah, I think it's evident that her job is over. Oh, by the way,
例の合同捜査本部の方の捜査の進展は
how's the joint investigation with headquarters progressing?
難しいですね。
There have been difficulties.
何せ事件発生から半年も経って有力な手がかりが見つからなかった状況からのスタート
interesting.
で
Hang on a
すか
second.
ら。
So was this joint? Yeah, of course, this joint investigation would have been to bring back, you know, not only what's happened to Nagisa, but also to, you know, potentially find the truth behind it. And if that works, Mountain Dog's a bust. So's Takano, so's everything about the clinic, so's the research, so's Tokyo, so's Alphabet Project. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. But when they're gonna, you know, stop the investigation forcibly is another question to think about. After all, it's been half a year since the incident occurred, and they didn't start out with any useful clues.
関係者の記憶を掘り起こすのも一苦労ですよ。
Oh god. Plus, they're having a hard time digging up the memories of the people involved.
それでは現状それほど変化はなしと
Yeah, so the situation hasn't changed much.
そうですね。まあ期限まであと少し。できるだけのことはやって
Well,
み
the
ますよ。
deadline's not too far off, so we'll do everything we can
笑
to...
っている場合じゃな
Yeah,
い
this
だ
is
ろ
no time for laughing.
何のためにここへ来たのか分かっているのか
Fair enough, actually, yeah. Doesn't he know what he came here for? He was irked by Orti's attitude and how he talked about it like it was someone else's problem. Yeah, but he pretended not to notice. Fair. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting though. So he's only saying like, we'll do everything we can, not really focusing on the fact that this investigation's progress is, you know, really quite linked to, you know, how much source the NRIPS people are actually going to have. Hmm. 3 months have passed since NRIPS assembled a special team to participate in the joint investigation into the Omaki schoolgirl murder case. Oh, interesting. Got 3 months though, my god. It's currently being led by the first investigation division at Prefectural Police HQ and the first division at Kakiuchi Station. Since Okabe and the second division were pulled off the case and forced to resume normal operations. Oh, interesting. However, despite the daily investigation and regular staff rotations, they still hadn't exhausted their list of suspects. Oh, yeah, that's really interesting though, because obviously this is actually a really bad case for Tomoe to actually, you know, begin, because it's so difficult. It is genuinely so difficult to establish a connection, and it's near impossible as well. Or rather, they couldn't even assemble a list of suspicious individuals. And for now, on top of the constant investigation and gathering of personal information, NRIPS had laid out a manual outlining investigation methodologies. But despite all of that, things have been progressing slowly. Definitely, yeah. Although it's natural for there to be difficulties in finding meaningful evidence now that half a year has passed since the incident. Oh yeah, definitely. And the fact that, you know, it's so difficult to find a list of suspects whatsoever. However, Orti and the guys from NRIPS forcibly cut into the investigation in an effort to identify a culprit. Nevertheless, there hadn't been any significant increase in progress despite the additional manpower. Yeah, definitely. Additional manpower doesn't matter. It's additional brains. Even one brain can overpower the power of, you know, I don't know, 10 brains if it's really thinking well. Even though it was somebody else's problem, when Okabe saw that he wasn't sure if he should be he wasn't sure if he should be more embarrassed or feel a sense of impending crisis. Oh yeah, definitely. I think it's a really good thing to think the second one, because if they're investigating this with so much power, then, you know, literally, like, 1st Investigation Division of Prefectural Police and 1st Division of Kakiuchi Police Station, like, that is a lot of people. A lot. When the Mountain Dogs realise that, they're going to feel very threatened.
その代わりに別の餌場を見つけたからな。
Well, he did find a different feeding ground in
もう興味
exchange.
がないのだろう。
So he's probably not interested anymore. Alright. Yes, he understood well the reason Orchi could make that face, because there had been surprising results. Ooh. Oh. Alright, the truth is he made arrangements to have a search item... Oh Jesus, I'm so used to coding and use, for example, like linear binary search coding stuff. Seeing, and, you know, obviously, because I've made a linear search, you know, I had to really revise that for my exam, but, like, yeah, the search item was the variable name that I'd, you know, be assigning user input of actually, like, getting the search item in the array. Sorry, getting the thing searched for in the array, you know, obviously searched for in the code. Oh my god, yeah, it's just so familiar. The truth is, he made arrangements to have a search team observe the implementation of the NRIP's assembled investigation manual. Yeah, just the effects of how the investigation manual changes the investigation tactics. And it was approved separately from the Joint Investigation Headquarters project, and he secretly colluded with the 2nd Division using surplus staff to monitor and verify how effective the process is in real-world on-site investigation over the past 6 months. That is dirty, but at the same time, that is a dirty tactic, but at the same time it's effective. Ultimately, they were able to investigate some suspicious people, according to the manual. And were able to crack down on a large number of minor crimes as a result. What?
犯罪の起こりやすい場所と時間帯については、
Wow.
私たちもいくつか見解を持っていました。
That's insane. Just by looking at a manual and obviously how people respond to it. Oh yeah, this person is Oichi. Oichi. That's how you say his name. Yeah, it's not Orchi because O-U... Oh, it couldn't... O-U-C-H-I. That would be Orchi, but no. Orchi. Yeah, we also gained some insight into when and where crime was likely to
です
occur.
が、まさか天候や気温までが影響を及ぼすとは驚きでしたよ。
Interesting. It was a surprise to learn that the weather and the temperature had an effect, definitely. Indeed.
私も最初は正直半信半疑でね。
Yeah, honestly, I was skeptical at
マ
first.
ニュアルを渡されたはいいが、よくもまあいい加減なことを書いているものだなんて
Yeah,
思い
fair
なが
enough.
ら従っていましたよ。
Giving me a manual was all well and good, but I thought it was a bunch of crap when I was using it. Interesting. I'm actually quite surprised that he'd go as far as saying this to, you know, the person of the organisation that may have constructed this manual. Not the most professional move, but at the same time, it's honest at least, I suppose. But when they opened the lid, yeah, amazing results came out. That's actually really quite interesting, that. Oh, minor crimes like theft and assault are very difficult to deter. Oh yeah, fair enough, because obviously with minor crimes it would be hard to find, you know, evidence that really points to a motive of why they would do it and whether they do actually have a motive as well. And investigation results were poor using the original methodology. Until now, the only way to identify the suspect was through careful inquiry and eyewitness testimony. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. Otherwise, undercover agents would have to catch the criminal in the act. Yeah, however, this method of identifying suspects from suspicious individuals is both accurate and realistic. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Just the other day, it even succeeded in catching a suspect right before the crime occurred. Wow, now that's impressive. They prevented a crime from even happening. Wow. What's most shocking of all, to battle-hardened Okabe, was that the perpetrator was captured by an inexperienced young detective. God, that really is, wow. So that really shows if even an inexperienced detective can catch people, then, yeah, what about the experienced ones? Figure out where the guys planning the crimes are and take action. Oh yeah, definitely. And then figure out which escape route they'll be taking. Definitely. That's really good. All thanks to Tomoe. That little girl. That's actually so funny that he's inadvertently praising Tomoe here. And when the investigators followed the manual, it was right on the money. Thanks to that, habitual criminals. Thanks to that, habitual criminals who have been habitual. Criminals who have been at it for a long time were easily caught in the net. That's really good. Yeah, I can imagine getting a lot of, you know, really small drug operations with a tactic like this. Yeah, the people being arrested were the most surprised of all. No, that's fair enough. I mean, they've been doing their crimes for so long, and yet, you know, the police have suddenly tried to, you know, see them. And obviously, if they've been doing their crimes for such a long time that the police haven't been able to arrest them before, they have done it secretly. They know how to conceal their acts, but not anymore, bitches.
さすがは欧米の犯罪心理学といったところですね。捜査の効率性と有用性をいかにして高めるか。ただその一点を徹底的に追求している。
It's about thoroughly pursuing the means to increase the efficiency and usefulness of the investigations.
我々も目から鱗の落ちる思いです。
Yeah. It was just as much of a revelation for us too.
今回の結果はこれからの捜査体系の見直しにつながるものだと中央からも高く評価されておりまして。
These results have been highly evaluated by the central government and will result in a future review of our investigation system. God, that's amazing. That is actually amazing. Come on now, no need to brag. It is bragging, but at the same time, it's actually quite funny. He is bragging because obviously Okabe knows all of this, but yeah, we don't, so it's nice to learn about it. Oh yeah, that's interesting though. Fair. And I mean, obviously they did have a big role in, you know, compiling the data and actually analysing it and seeing its effect. But at the same time, it was not all thanks to them. It was all thanks to Tomoe, actually. And then, obviously, all thanks to the the detectives who are actually incorporating this into their workflow. It's certainly true that Okabe and the on-site investigators thought highly of this investigation manual. Yeah, definitely. It was the latest theory that Western countries were using to incorporate scientific analysis into fighting crime, profiling. Interesting that. It was both surprising and confusing for the old guard detectives who, who relied primarily on their intuition and years of experience. Oh yeah, definitely, especially for the people that are nearer retirement. It must be really hard to take on this new method of investigation. I mean, it's so beneficial as well, though. Changes so many people. Not beneficial, sorry, significant. But also beneficial if it, helps you.
もしこれが本当にマニュアルとして完成されれば、間違いなく大きな力になる。
Intuition, experience, and consistent inquiry are the key elements of an investigation. Oh, yeah, I agree. Yeah, but it's impossible to learn those skills overnight. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah. It takes time and effort to train young detectives to reach that point. Yeah. But what would happen if this manual was adopted at full scale? Yeah, they could potentially, really, really reduce time, and obviously, a lot of people that are actually training people will be benefited because they'll have to give up less of their job to actually train these people. And secondly, the manual will reduce the amount of training they'd have to do, I'd assume. I suppose they'd increase the amount of study resources they'd have. Up until now, young investigators could only be used for information gathering, but now they could accurately hunt down suspects or even catch them in their nests. In their nets, even. Yeah, that's brilliant. Yeah, their nets have gotten finer, so to speak. So, and it's no exaggeration to say that they're able to aim in those nets in places where prey is more densely populated. Yeah, fair enough, and places they would have never been able to aim before as well. Of course, there are always exceptions to any rule. Yeah, definitely, yeah. And so relying exclusively on the theory could lead to unexpected missteps. I think it's just like a thing, rely on it, but if it doesn't work, then don't rely on it, and obviously don't make it completely undermine the results you could be getting. But that hole can be filled through the experience of veterans. This will increase the diversity of police investigations, and more importantly, increase their ability to apprehend criminals. Yeah, fair. Yeah, that really is impressive. If even the young detectives can do this, then I don't even want to think about how good, the experienced and veteran detectives and what they can do.
Oh yeah,
definitely, because you can't reminisce on the old days. You need to find the new days yourself. The police don't need the words good old days. Yeah, we do our best to apprehend the criminals for the safety of our citizens. Definitely. Fair enough, yeah, as long as it accomplishes that, we're not picky about the methods. This Okabe guy, he is an arsehole, but at the same time, this is true. He really, really is set on his work, and I think that is good, but yeah, it's bad that he's an arsehole, obviously, but yeah. Okabe always sourly said that to his detectives. Oh, yeah, fair enough. I mean, obviously, they have to be picky about a method if it is genuinely illegal, like, for example, searching a really strict place without a search warrant. But, yeah, this isn't the case here. Criminals are getting smarter year after... Oh, yeah, definitely. Just wait until technology gets more and more significant. Oh, my God. Improving their skills at evading the net of the law. Yeah, I mean, my God, they're so good now. And the police need to acquire the skills to stay on top of them. Definitely, yeah. Doing so is necessary to protect the dignity of the police force. And the world in general, really. Any investigator who has survived the trial of fire on the scene has felt it. Both large and small. What does it mean by trial on fire? Like the heat of the moment? Oh, right, a test of one's abilities to perform well under pressure. Right, yeah, fair. Everybody knows it.
それを導入するためには高いハードルがあった。
high hurdle introducing it to them. Oh, yeah, fair enough, yeah. Being able to act and gain results even under pressure. Yeah. Oh, yeah, it must be really difficult. Really must be. You've got to have so much social skill to be able to adapt to pressure. Even if the Western theories are good, just translating them doesn't help. Yeah, because you need to apply them. Because Japan has different lifestyle and crime patterns. Understandable, actually, yeah. Thus, in order to apply it in a Japanese setting, you need an experienced person to conduct the analysis. Yep, and I wonder who that person is. Okabe is sweating and shitting his, you know, somebody who understands the feel of the crime scene, but also understands Japan's unique geography and means of transportation. Maybe not Tomoe for that second requirement, who knows. Moreover, the folks at MRIPS who always view the material from behind their backs, who've never felt the sorrow and hatred of the people involved in these incidents, would take decades to make anything more tangible out of it. Yeah, understandable actually. Even if they put it all together and distributed it, it would end up laughed off as a useless empty theory, and yeah, that's actually really interesting because they've just had no opportunity to prove it and apply it, really. This material was organised by the section chief of the Ibaraki Prefectural Police, based on long-term investigation data. Okabe had read the dissertation before, with a fine eye on the details. Oh my god, yeah, definitely. They've never had that emotional connection, or even pressure-related things. No way. Yeah, interesting. Yeah, so they're probably not really suitable just because they don't know, yeah, the effects of the first-hand investigation thing, really. Yeah, interesting. It's only data though. Yeah, you need qualitative stuff as well, I'd assume. Well, I mean, it's a psychological sort of thing, really. I mean, it's changing how the detectives actually think. Of course, you're going to need qualitative data. and it was carefully summarized. Even while in the midst of conducting hard work, it was undoubtedly the result of that little girl putting in the effort to create a theoretical manual that caught the eye of upper management. Yeah.
この調子で大巻きの犯人も挙げられたら最高なんですが。
Yeah, it would be great if the Omaki couple could be caught this way.
とりあえず今回この結果を持ち帰ることができただけでも、まずは上々といったところでしょうか。
Oh yeah, Omaki was a place, or Ozaki. Nagisa was killed. Ozaki and Omaki. They kind of sound similar. Confuse me. And they do link those words, obviously. Ozaki being Nagisa's surname, but then Maki, yeah, like Makimura, which you can link to Towada. I was about to say. no, Tomoko. Yeah. Oki, Oi. Isn't there like maki sushi rolls or something like that? Uzumaki, that's a Japanese anime restaurant in London. Stuff like that. Yeah, you can link it to a lot of things. Maki sounds like machi, which means town, or mochi, or I don't know, this logic is so shit. I should just stop before I actually lobotomize myself with words. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah, it is.
これらは近い将来、捜査活動の改善案として、全国の捜査員の皆さんのお役に立てるものになると思います。
And it shouldn't just be the country, it should spread. Maybe it could potentially spread around the world. This would be a great help to investigators around the country as a way of improving investigative activities in the future.
本当に岡部課長にはいくら感謝しても足りないくらいですよ。
Oh, all the gratitude in the world wouldn't be enough to thank you, Station Chief Okabe.
恐縮です。
I'm flattered. Yeah, you sound it.
それでは失礼します。
No, I must be taking my leave. After about Okabe turned on his heels. What the fuck? No. And left the room. If this conversation went on any further, yeah, fair enough. He was seriously about to punch the guy. Interesting. So he really doesn't like how. Oh, wonder what this is. Oh yeah, my god, he just must be really exhausted from that conversation. Just, you know, no more shit. I mean, to be fair though, I think he is being a little bit toxic. I mean, even though these people, to be fair, he has so much pride about his job that doesn't really matter. But at the same time, I think he should understand the difference in their roles, and I don't know, he just should accept it a little bit more. I think that would be a little bit more mature than what he's doing. After returning to the second investigation division office, he plopped down on his seat and threw his feet up on the desk. Oh god, it was a habit Okabe resorted to whenever he was in a really bad mood. So the detectives around him knew it was designed to let sleeping dogs lie, and they left it be. Yeah, fair.
あんな奴らにあの小娘はよく辛抱しているものだ。
Yeah, she's not a little girl. She's like somebody that's even better than you. Yeah, I have no idea how that little girl can put up with these bastards. But at the same time, that is fair enough. Yeah, but Tomoe is just more of an accepting person, and she's, you know, not as stubborn as this person is. Okabe. Okabe muttered that to himself after sucking down 3 cigarettes. Jesus Christ, to quell his anger. They were fine in compliance, but Orchi and the others were largely ignoring Joint Investigation HQ's use of the manual and instead trying to win some success on other cases. Interesting. So they're actually they don't really care about the manual, as they care about more the success from actually getting results from the cases that the manuals will bring. Right. For Orty, incidents are the place to work, career advice. Oh god, yeah. So it's all a self-interest thing. So naturally, he was careful to choose the ones that look most promising and give them precedence. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah, of course he would have, really liked Tomoe's case because obviously it's a big case and it's really, really mysterious as well what's actually happened. However, he didn't realise that this specific characteristic was causing these detectives yeah, in the field to resent him. Yeah, because, I mean, the thing is, their hard-earned work is basically just a result of his career advancement. Like, I mean, he's playing it tactically, but at the same time, that tactical playing, it's not really a sign of respect for other people. Maybe tactical, but not respectful. No way. Hmm.
そんなクズのためにあの娘は走り回っている。
Yeah, you can definitely tell that this person is jealous. That girl keeps running around for that
な
trash.
ぜだ
Why? Oh, you would never. Yeah, that little girl probably already knew about Orty's betrayal. Nevertheless, she accepted it and keep going. Orty's betrayal? On the contrary, she went to Prefectural Police HQ several times in the name of cooperation with public relations ever since NRIP's launched the project. I love that he knows the entirety of this, but of course, it would be common knowledge for people that, she used to work with. Working with the joint investigation detectives in the field, she taking the time to explain things carefully and acting as the mediator without letting it hurt her feelings or pride. Yeah, it must be really, really difficult, especially if she feels some resentment to the upper ranks. But they're important. They need to be formal. Whenever the MRIP staff made improper remarks or gave insolent orders, she... Yeah, that's really surprising. But you need to earn these people's approval. That's the worst thing. She'd simply bow her head instead of retaliating. Retaliating. On top of that, she would regularly visit the site to gather opinions and see if there were any pain points among the investigators and try to appease them. Oh, yeah, definitely, yeah. That little girl spared no effort, even when it wouldn't help her evaluation and make her an outcast. Yeah. That was Tomoe. Yeah, oh my god, I couldn't agree more. Yeah, and that really is surprising. I'm actually quite surprised that even he is able to look past, his hatred and awe. Yeah, she was doing backbreaking work that even athletic men would gripe about without a word of complaint. Definitely, yeah. Even Okabe, who hated her, was in awe of her dedication. Yeah. I suppose Orty's betrayal just refers to, the fact that he's only using this for his own career advancement. He isn't really using this for, he's not really interested about the data. It's just that, incidents make him go higher and higher. I suppose because more incidents means more research things and data, so as a result, he'll get more praise for collecting more. It is really quite surprising though, even though she is getting bullshitted in some things, like for example orders, she still needs to accept it and keep moving, because if she doesn't, then her goal won't be fulfilled. And, her will to Nagisa and to avenge her, it's so fucking high. It's never going to be broken. That really is surprising though. That's actually really quite good, yeah. And if she will regularly, gain opinions, then boom. There's so much that can be done to potentially, find solutions to the problems that may be presented. It really is nuts. Yeah, fair enough actually, because even though, she is really quite high and she is the one presenting this idea, she's completely at the mercy of the NRIPS organisation. Even when she's in a disadvantaged position, she's still succeeding. It's nuts. Oh, Dojima, I remember that name. Yeah, section chief. That reminded Okabe of an earlier conversation he had with the section chief of the 1st Division, Dojima. Dojima said that he actually refused to cooperate when Tomoe first came here to explain the NRIPS project. Oh, it's interesting because it's just the denial, the hatred to right, I've just got to check how much is left, just because, I've got to go to sleep. So... Yeah, I've got to... Oh, I've got quite a bit. Don't really think it's unrealistic what I have left. So, okay, that's fine. Yeah, I can go ahead. It's pretty good, actually. Interesting that. I wonder... I understand how you feel, Princess. Oh yeah, they just respect her so much that they call her that. That's actually really quite funny that, they share the mutual view of, him being an arsehole. I heard about the Omaki incident from Hayami, and I completely understand why you want to start something with that bastard Okabe. Yeah, fair. Yeah. But this is a totally different story. Reckless retaliation is a completely selfish move. You realize that, don't you?
はい、よくわかっています。
Yes, I understand that.
恨みや憎しみで無理をしても
It will, yeah, and I mean, obviously, she has done this here, but at the same time, she wasn't able to think that much because, Sorry. Personal grudges are so important. Sorry, her connection to Nagisa is so significant that, it just really got the best of her here. Interesting.
まして、これだけ複数の組織で大勢の人を動かす目的が、そんな個人的なものであれば、私も反対したと思います。
Not to mention, I'd be opposed to mobilising such a large number of people across multiple organisations over a personal matter. Oh yeah, definitely. Then why? We know absolutely nothing about the culprit or their motivation. Oh, they don't know her connection, I'd assume. And clues have completely dried up. Yeah. Oh shit, that's bad. Yeah, because I'd assume they haven't actually fulfilled that. They haven't. I mean, it's been 6 months. You told the press we'd find the solution in 3 months. Why such an unreasonable deadline?
無茶は承知の上です。
Oh, where is
ゴー
unreasonable?
ルにたどり着けるかどうかも正
So
直
why
自
did
信
she
はあり
do
ません。
it? Honestly, I'm not that confident I can reach that goal.
立ち向かいたいんです。
I mean, fair, but at the same time, I think that's a really stupid decision. Even though it is pushing yourself, it will look good if it's, you know, obviously successful, but it won't if it's not, my god. But I want to stand up and fight.
この事件の背後にはおそらく
There is, yeah,
大き
and
な
it's good
何
that
か
she
の
has
意
that
志が存在して
intuition.
いる。それが何かも分からずに諦めて捜査を閉じてしまっては
Yeah,
悪の存在を許し
couldn't
正義
agree
を語
more.
る警察としての立場が揺るがされることにもなりかねない。
Ooh, definitely, though, yeah.
私は市民の規範たる警察官として
That's good,
悪に
yeah.
は全力で立ち向かっていきたいんです。
As a police officer, I need to be a model citizen. I want to do everything in my power to fight evil. It was just as Tomoe said, there were far too many anomalous elements to this case. Definitely. A schoolgirl assaulted her classmate while shouting about the Kasawa Yasuro-sama. Yeah, definitely. She did genuinely think that, to be fair, but how did the police know that? One of the victims was hospitalised after the incident and was later murdered. In a way, the killer attempted to betray a suicide. Yeah, definitely, yeah. Then that murderer went on to commit suicide right after offering a mysterious oh yeah, of course, yeah. On top of that, another girl who had close relationships with the victim died in a very suspicious circumstance. Yeah. It certainly had a different feel to it than your typical impulsive act of violence. However, it does, yeah. However, it's so hard to find out, though.
未解決の事件なんてこの国にはそれこそ数えきれないほどある。
Yeah, there are countless unresolved cases in this
こ
country.
の事件はその中の一つでしかない。
But at the same time, it's not impossible to be it's not impossible to remain unsolved. It would be really, really good if it didn't, but at the same time, I think it's going to be very likely this won't be solved. I don't know though. This particular case is merely one of them.
それに肯定して時間を費やすよりも解決できるものから片付けていくことも大事じゃないのか。
That is fair though. Rather than wasting time on this, wouldn't we be better off focusing on something we could actually solve? That's fair, but if they get a really big investigation from this, then they're going to uncover so much, especially the corruption that's happening in Tokyo, stuff like that. That will really, really get, big points. They don't know that obviously, but this will be big
その通
if
り
it's
です。
solved. It's just as you say.
事件に大きい小さいも優先順位はない。
There are plenty of cases, big and small, and none of them have any special priority.
だから私は目の前にあるこの事件に
And the case that has
全
most
力を
connection
注
to
ぎた
her.
いのです。
If she compromised here, next time she faced a difficult case, somewhere in her mind she'd feel the urge to run away. Yeah, that's actually really quite interesting as opposed to, just because it's unrealistic and to what they can actually solve. she's just run away. No, that's awful. Yeah. Tomoe couldn't stand. Yeah, brilliant. No matter how much disappointment and frustration she faced, she wanted to fight it all with her might and get results. Yeah, nice. You can't get results if you always shy away from the most difficult things. I mean, it may be better at this time just because it's less risky, but at the same time, you need to take risks for success. But also for failure. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, she vowed to always pour her heart towards that girl because otherwise she couldn't forgive her, so... Oh my god, understandable. Obviously about Nagisa's death. Yes, this is the project that's got even NRIPs to act on. Yeah, I really wonder. I think her by sharing, you know, the new techniques of the police will not only gain the approval of the mass media, which will allow them to... It will just allow for further long... If they have more of approval for the police, the mass media, especially the companies, then they'll be able to put them in a positive light, and that may really help for essential times of investigation. Like, I remember there was this one like college incident where the police was, you know, painted in a really bad light, and as a result the college people were the college people that really fought in that incident and saved people were more you know, positively looked on than the police were. True. Yeah. No matter how much you might want to demonstrate profiling analysis to upper management, if it fails, you'll be in serious trouble. Yeah, I agree. Oh god. Your own path? No, even your escape route may be cut off. True. Yeah, our enemy is something huge, completely lurking in the darkness. So it's unlikely that conventional investigation will be enough to expose their true colours. Definitely, yeah. In which case, it's better to do something flashy and see what results it brings. Yeah. That's what the mass media is for. Yeah, fair enough, yeah. Yeah, so investigation, if it's not, you know, really made a big scene of, it won't be able to expose what they're truly doing. If they really act and publicly broadcast this information, then they are going to feel like they're going to have to change, and obviously there's going to be new reactions and new things that they may be able to analyse, may help, who knows. Even so, this is a gamble with poor odds. No, I agree, actually, yeah. You don't even know what the odds are. In fact, all I can think of is that those odds are completely desperate. Princess, you probably know that better than anyone, don't you? Solving a cold case in just 3 months. No, I know, it's going to be really fucking difficult, and whether they're actually going to be able to do it or not is debatable. I think it's actually really quite stupid that she has really set these unrealistic expectations on herself. To put it plainly, the odds are slim. Definitely. In fact, the success rate is low enough it might as well be considered impossible. God. That's insane. They're just going to have to rely on extremely low success rates, it looks like. It's hard to believe that the big shots even had enough faith to authorise it. It is, but at the same time, they don't give a shit like we saw. However... Yeah, definitely. The more spectacular the price, the more likely they are to buy it, right?
見つかる必要なんてないものでも
True.
それを追っているというだけで番組
It
に
doesn't
な
fully
る
matter if that deadline isn't met, but it obviously really helps in, you know, the validity of the new tactics and how good they are. Plus, it's not like hunting buried treasure or mysterious ruins. Even if we don't want to find the truth, just pursuing it puts on enough of a show of its own.
テレビ局も成功は特に期待していませんし、あとは私の
Interesting, that.
覚
That's
悟
quite
だけで
surprising.
す。
Yeah, nice. The DB stations don't really expect success either. The races... Raced? Ah, yes. The rest is based purely on my determination. Princess Yu. Knowing her intentions behind this, Dojima was done. Oh yeah, definitely, yeah. The fact that, you know, she would try and do something, she would go through this much trouble to not only work so hard, but also to, you know, make such a big change just for her own determination is surprising. But yeah, she definitely has a motive. I think it's really quite good that it doesn't fully matter. The case is solved. That's actually very beneficial. Yeah, she was shining a light on the incident to attract the mass media, to attract the attention of the mass media, and was using that pretense to gather information on the case. Yeah, she was making it significant by the mass media, and then was using that significance. What does it mean by pretense? Quite a pretext, but oh, an attempt to make something that is not the case appear true. Yeah. And she even dragged enemies into this, hoping to give the enemy a sense of crisis. Yeah, definitely, because ranks of this high authority are in there. Yeah, nice. Driving them to panic and change their behaviour. Yep, and they'll be able to analyse and find out that behaviour change, probably. Even if the investigation failed, the only damage would be to Tomoe's career. Yeah, that is quite bad, but it's true. Yeah, the TV stations wouldn't care as long as they got the ratings they wanted. Yeah, that's actually really quite good. There's no pacts with media. Or, I don't know, just agreements or signed relationships. On top of that, she's putting her own life at risk. Yeah, my fucking god, she really is. She is the person that's, you know, instigating this detective new profiling analysis techniques. She could potentially be risking, you know, more advanced methods of investigation. The mountain dogs being found out. It is actually really quite surprising that, you know, an agent hasn't come to kill her, but they know that it will create a big conflict if that happens. So, yeah. Programming about extreme and heroic events has major, yeah, wide audience appeal. Definitely, yeah. If the developments or the ending lead to tragedy, then it will give them even more attention. True, though. No, but the only thing is, if, you know, things like that lead to more attention, that could potentially be really bad for Tomoe's reputation. And because it's not a work of fiction, but an actual documentary, there's no need for nosy directing or excessive tension. Nosy directing. Yeah, excessive tension. True. On the station side of things, it was a very appetizing thing. Yeah. Oh god, that's the horrible thing. Yeah, and if you were to die, that would be even better for the ratings. Are you gonna make me leave commentary at the Memorial broadcast? That's actually really quite funny. Her intuition about, you know, this being a really high level product, I was actually about to say that, criminal, they are right. They really are right, and they are very logical as well, because the mountain dogs are very experienced and, you know, high level. They could kill her when things have calmed down about this. They're not going to do it when it's most significant, though. but they may do it when it's calmed down, so that could potentially be really bad. I don't know though. Yeah. And if you...
まさかそこまでお付き合いいただくつも
You
りはあり
don't,
ませ
but
んよ。
others may. Yeah, that's quite naive. No way, I have no intention of letting things go that far.
でも番組としてはそれなりに盛り上がるものとな
Ooh,
るでしょうか
definitely,
ら。
yeah. Yeah.
少なくとも通常の警察取材番組よりも世間の関心は高くなる。
But the program will be exciting enough as is, and public interest will be at least higher than the regular coverage of police activity. Yeah, because new things are being introduced.
この事件のことが風化する恐れはなくなります。
Yeah, fair. Yeah, that's why. No, but there's no risk of this case fading away. Yeah, because the acts of the mountain dogs, they're always going to be on the the media, and they're always going to be, if they're not broadcasters, they are going to be remembered by the people that viewed them. Indeed, that's certainly true, but once an incident stops being fresh and topical, investigators often obtain far less information through questioning. Oh yeah, definitely, because not only is everything less fresh in people's minds, but secondly, yeah, it's insignificant. In other words, Tomoe was trying to keep the investigation efficiency up by consistently making the case topical. Dozuma thoroughly understood this was an act of police absurdity. Yeah, he was amazed at her and had to hold back his administration, so he suddenly let out a laugh.
お前さんの思いはよくわかった。
Yeah, I completely understand how
俺
you
も
feel.
できる限りの協力
Good,
をし
yeah, I'll do everything in my power to cooperate.
だがどうなっても
That's
知らんぞ。
really good, yeah, but don't blame me if it goes poorly.
ええ、望むところです。
Yes, as you wish. Tomoe smiled as she said that, and her smile was full of courage, resolution, and strong will. Oh my god, true. What's this?
だとさ、
That said.
分かっていてもなかなかできることじゃない。
I also understand that this is no easy task.
あの覚悟は本当に大したものだと思うぞ。
Yeah, no, definitely. I mean, she really is. The fact that she's doing this for one person as well, I mean, it really just is admirable. And the fact that, she's doing this because she feels an obligation to avenge somebody. It really is quite something. She's gone so much out of her way for Nagisa. I mean, she must just be looking down, as if that shit exists, and being very proud. Let's just say that. Yeah, I mean, yeah. Oh, interesting. This is a conversation with Dojima and Okabe. Let's repeatedly listen to Dojima's enthusiastic declaration. Oh god, that must be really, really must provoke jealousy for him. Okabe suddenly noticed an emotion welling up inside his heart, different from his instinctual hatred. Admiration, I'd assume. Mixed feelings ranging between admiration and jealousy. Yeah, definitely. Upon seeing somebody pushing hard to make something happen that, he'd want to give up on, definitely. In a sense, maybe it was envy. Or maybe it was the fact that you... That's just how much those greenhorns at NRIPS are sticking their nose in things. At this point, Orti and the guys at NRIPS were no longer interested in investigating the Omaki schoolgirl murder incident. No, definitely not, no. Did they declare in their preliminary investigation that the case was unsolvable? Oh my god. Yeah, that really shows just how much they're trying to do, I mean. Yeah. They seemed to give up early on, and all their subsequent investigative activities were no more than a formality. In fact, they seem to place much more importance on the minor crimes action manual than Deputy Chief Hata assembled in secret. Oh, interesting that. In direct defense of Joint Investigation HQ. Or defiance of Joint Investigation. Yeah, so just doing it in secret, obviously making them be the spotlight for a certain thing. And obviously this has really worked because he's got a lot of praise for this. Instead of trying to gain credit by solving an unsolvable case, he would earn... I suppose that is quite rational, he would earn points by collecting data that can easily and reliably be gathered. That seemed the more prudent means of self-preservation for a thin-skinned bookworm. Fair, Looking at them with that attitude, even Okabe, who wasn't involved in Investigative HQ, felt astonished and thought to himself, what did they even come here to do? But Tomoe and her colleagues may have already learned about Orti's inside job. Oh yeah, definitely. And on top of that, they respect their position as mediators as a matter of convenience. Yeah, they have to, And in addition to being acknowledged by field investigators, she had the pride of a top class... Oh, definitely, my god. She's not only got to manage, the entirety of... So she's a top class elite in public relations, but she's also got to, completely change the entirety of police investigatory tactics. I mean, it's nuts. Definitely. It must be really, really difficult, and it must be so hard what she's doing at the moment. I mean, so much. She still has time to talk with Natsumi, so obviously it isn't taking up all of her time. I mean, this is probably just a break. It probably is taking up all of her time. That's why she had to have such a strong belief in catching the culprit, because it would be impossible to endure that without putting all your energy into it. Naturally, Asami would be devoted to that too. His head finally starting to cool off, Okabe muttered that and smiled. Asami became Deputy Section Chief of 2nd Division after Kojima. Oh, retired to... Kojima sounds familiar. And retired to take care of his parents. He transferred from a detective position at Prefecture HQ. Right, unlike his predecessor, he was sharp and quick to take action. Oh, brilliant, which earned him several awards from the Chief of Headquarters. So Okabe saw him as a nearly perfect right hand man. Oh yeah, fair enough, yeah. The only thing he didn't like was how friendly he was with Tomoe. Oh right, interesting.
正直こちら側が勝手に壁を作っていたようなそんな気がします。
To be honest, it feels like this side is arbitrarily putting up a wall. Indeed, when they were drinking together at a social gathering, Asami recognised Okabe's sour move and vehemently declared it. God, that's actually really quite surprising. So he's been, you know, he's actually been put down for his hatred to Tomoe.
あのプロファイリング分析のマニュアル、本当によくできたものです。
She really does have that skill, I'd assume, just from how much she's done it. And secondly, like you remember, you know, the first thing with mine or Tomoe actually had, like, she worked so hard to compile all of that stuff. Like, if you work that hard, there's no way you're not having serious skill in that thing, you know.
私も今までにそれ関係の論文はいくつか読んできましたが、
Oh, that's brilliant.
あれほどに的確で、しかも我が国の捜査事情に即した内容のものは見た
She
こ
must
とが
be
ない。
so academic if she can do stuff like that. My God. Yeah, she wasn't good at studying beforehand, but she can do things that, you know, police officers have never read. You know, things that are better than it. It's insane. I've read several papers on the topic, but have never seen anything so accurately, that so accurately summarised it and applied it to the circumstances of Japanese investigations.
新米だけでなく、ベテランたちにも必読させたいほどの教材ですよ。
That's brilliant. That really is. I want to make this mandatory training material, not just for the new recruits, but for veterans too. Hmm.
バカな。君ほど場数を踏んできたやつが、どうしてあんな若造のまとめた文書に惑わされたようなことを言うんだ。あの程度のこと、すでに我々は体で覚えてきたものばかりじゃないか。
Oh yeah, you just see that total defiance, not only because like he's refusing to accept Tomoe's talent, which it must have been a real change of character for, you know, him to actually, you know, become accepting of it, but secondly, yeah, very stubborn. Ridiculous. I think it's hard to think somebody who has been around as long as you has been taken in by a document put together by a greenhorn. If she is a greenhorn, then you are somebody that doesn't even have a job, man. Everything we need is already committed to memory in our very body. No way! Come on, man. That's such a narrow-minded approach.
ええ。確かに我々自身にとっては体験上で覚えた知識と感を文章にまとめ上げた内容がほとんどです。
we've learned through experience. It is, yeah, but at the same time it's going to refine
自分
that
たち
knowledge
しか
and
所有で
intuition.
きない操作技術だった。
Really, it's an investigative technique that we alone apparently
です
possess.
が、あれができたことで我々は部下や後任者たちにそれらを引き継ぐことができるようになったんです。
Everybody is able to be benefited, but with this we're able to pass it on to our subordinates.
あれは所詮机上の空論だ。
It's still an armchair theory.
最終ぶってつらつらと並べ立てているが、うまくいったのは偶然に過ぎんよ。
You can line up men of talent, but what worked is by chance.
それでも今や2課のほとんどの連中があのマニュアルを取り合って読みふけっています。
Yeah, still, most of the staff in the second division are going through the manual right now.
俺にも貸せ、移させろと。
Oh wow, they're asking people to lend them theirs or make a
と
copy.
んでもない人気です。
It's ridiculously popular. That just shows how beneficial it is. So many people feel that by reading and taking in what's in there, they will get stuff out of it and they will be able to improve their workflow as well. Totally. Interesting that this, second division also has sort of leached off all of Tomoe's, profiling techniques. Yeah, they've definitely had people that have transferred the information from Tomoe's lot to their lot. Yeah, but it's so true though. Yeah. Detective working conditions are generally hard. Oh, definitely, yeah. Working late at night and early in the morning. Sometimes you need to stay vigilant in a post for days at a time. Jesus. And even when you return home, that doesn't mean you'll be fully... No, I mean, God, that's insane. That really must be tight. And fucking difficult work as well. Your hours as a police officer, they must be completely screwed. I'd hate to have a job like that. You wouldn't be able to plan your hours whatsoever. God, I couldn't imagine, like, for example, being on surveillance duty, just constantly needing to stay attentive, because any moment you not being attentive could potentially not only lose you a lot of points on your job, but secondly, yeah, the criminal could get away. To make it worse, rookie detectives get practically no days off. Jesus, even when they do get a break, it's barely enough to heal the mental and physical fatigue. Definitely, and then you detectives as well. I mean, fucking hell. To get used to that so early on, it must be really, really difficult. These same detectives, they say they're trying to make time to read the manual during meals or right before bed. That's amazing. That really just shows how not only well constructed they are, but also how brilliant they're going to benefit them. And they're consulting with veteran detectives about how to interpret and apply the content, or asking them to point out flaws and inconsistencies, which is making for a lively... Yeah, good.
私たちは今まで犯罪者たちをいかに多く捕まえるかを個人レベルで競い合っていました。
Yeah, true. Until now we've been competing on an individual level on how to catch criminals more effectively. Oh, efficiently even. Just read that.
ちろん昔だって知識や技術の継承はあったと私も信じますが、心のどこかで苦労して得てきたものを
Oh yeah,
気安く他
fair. I
人
mean,
に
it would
渡
be
すこ
really,
とに
really
抵
difficult
抗
if
を
these
感じてい
detectives
た。
have so little time to actually learn because of how intensive their job is. It's going to be so hard to do it. Of course, I also believed in my past in passing down my knowledge and techniques, but somewhere in my heart I felt reluctant to so easily hand down the skills I struggled to obtain. Yeah, but at the same time, books these valuable, they really are
あの
going
見
to,
ないって人は
tell people
なんか違うんです。
differently. Yeah, but that Minai is something completely different.
犯人を捕まえて
Yeah,
正義を示すことしか考えてな
definitely.
い。
All thanks to Yamaoki, by the way. Completely changed a brilliant worker into something superior. Yeah, all she thinks about is catching criminals and carrying
そ
out
れを思
justice.
うと、あんな人が本当にいたんだなって。
Yeah, when I think about that, I'm really glad to have a person like that. Definitely. So beneficial.
浅見のやつも若いな。
But Asami, he's a youngster himself. He's a higher rank than you, though. Oh, yeah, definitely. He was trying to convince himself that, but even Okabe didn't believe that. Even if he is a youngster, he is so rational. He's being more rational than you when saying, you know, that comment there. I really like this music, it's so peaceful. It's very relaxing as well, it fits with this. Somebody like that, somebody that's totally, you know, just completely hardwired to the workplace, if you like. Brilliant for improvement. There were things that we couldn't do even if we wanted to, or that we gave up on. Definitely. Yeah, trying to shake it little by little, but still struggling, but always looking forward. Yeah, definitely making a problem gradually getting less and less until it's nothing, and you can do it. For better or worse, her presence undoubtedly changed Kakuyushi Station. Couldn't agree more, yeah. Kakuyushi Station had to increase personnel to handle the recent population surge in the booming commuter town. Oh yeah, fair enough, more population, more crime, obviously. The station had become a collision zone of the old and new since the reorganisation. Oh. Those who worked here for a long time laid claim to their vested interests, and the newcomers, fought hard to secure their place. Interesting. So the newcomers never stopped being motivated, and the veterans continued protecting themselves. Brilliant, yeah. Oh, maybe they're having too much work, though. Yeah. It's no exaggeration to say that, as an organisation, they were experiencing a clogging of the arteries. Yeah, I suppose they're just having too many things that are flowing. Yeah, a young woman came to the Kakuyushi station half a year ago, Tomoe Minai. Minai Tomoe even. Her presence was initially taken with a lot of curiosity, or careful scrutiny. Oh yeah, she was just assumed that she was going to be, you know, one of those really high elite people that were going to do nothing and just completely abuse their position. But no, oh my god, no way. But now she gained the compassion and support of the majority of people here. Yeah, definitely. And I mean, even Okabe feels admiration, somebody that can't stand her. Also, the people opposed to her ultimately gave up on their various schemes. Yeah, definitely. And they too played a role in invigorating the organisation. Yeah. Nah, you couldn't. Still, she can fight. You could say talent wasn't all that and outstanding. Still, she inspired a trend. Her, trend of hard work, obviously motivating everybody that would be there. Her presence, which answered the expectations of those in Kakuyushi Station who had latently desired change, was by no means tribute. Oh, yeah, definitely.
Himeka.
Yeah, it's a pretty weird name. Princess, huh? Yeah, I mean, understandable. Yeah. Very weird thing to call workers that are, in a lower rank than you. Yeah. Every time we heard that name, Okabe felt unpleasant. I mean, my god, fair enough, yeah. Oh, but recently he began thinking, was that feeling really displeasure? Or maybe, what the fuck could it be otherwise?
そろそろかな。
What the fuck? It's about time. Oh my god, could this potentially be something with Yamaoki, like a date or a dinner or something like that? Oh.
打ち合わせ長引いてるって聞いたけど。
Ooh, I wonder, Madoka could potentially be getting a promotion. Well, I don't know. I've got to go. I have got to go to bed. That was so fun today. It was really quite interesting learning about not only, you know, the effects of Tomoe and you know, just how she's earned respect in the workplace, how she's actually had to cooperate with, you know, the organizations. They're just using all of this for their personal gain, but at the same time, like, you know, they need to cooperate with her, like, you know, the NREPs especially. And then it was just really quite cool just seeing, like, what was it at the beginning we saw? Oh my god, Tomoe's relationship with Natsumi and how it's developing, and, you know, how it's gone so far that, like, you know, they study together, and I mean, Natsumi just feels like she's a really good older sister. I mean, you could have a really bad older sister and she wouldn't be like Tomoe whatsoever, but yeah, it's not the case here. It's really, really good. And there's also the thing with, what's it? Yes, it's Tomoe, how she shaped Kakiuchi police station, and also how she is actually going to shape this investigation. I really wonder if they're going to be able to solve it. And I also find it really quite interesting that she is actually involving, you know, the mass media on this. I mean, it's just really quite surprising, but I'm assuming... So she said that involving the mass media means that, I think it was that they have more attention, so as a result the criminal may get get significant actions that they can then investigate and conclude stuff about. They may hide things that may be really significant in the case as well. I don't know, it's really quite hard to tell, but yes, he also did that so that they can gain more approval from the mass media, and also so that the TV stations, they would get more people that would obviously support the police scheme, and then, yeah, the police would be, it'd not only be able to be used for potential catastrophes later on where the police need the media's support, but also increase relationship with the TV companies, and also, yeah, there's one obvious thing, I forgot it. But, yeah, I'm going to go to bed now. I really hope you guys enjoyed, and yeah, see ya in the next one. I really wonder what we're going to have with Madoka, by the way. I mean, it's probably just going to be some police stuff. Who knows? I think it'll be some sort of meeting, like she literally said. But yeah, who knows? Yeah, see you guys.